Xbox Game Pass has everybody pissed off. There's no winning in this situation. If you weren't already aware, they're raising the prices again for it. They want you to think that it's worth the $30 a month. But here's the truth, guys. Most of that day one on Game Pass games that you're supposed to care about, you probably won't even touch them. They're garbage, as my folks in Boston would say. Shout outs if you're from Boston in the comments, let me know. The ones that you do want, that they're basically rotated off before you even think about checking them out or finishing them. Like, how many times does GTA 5 get removed from Game Pass? They don't even keep them on that long. But we're going to talk about the real value of Game Pass and why this is just a trap and why GameStop might just be the hero you didn't expect. This is a weird timeline, so let's buckle up right here. So let's take a look at the day one 2025 list. Shout out to Hypnotic. I saw him make a video about this exact topic, and he had a point, and I wanted to go ahead and talk this over. This is the day one 2025 list, and you see how mediocre these games are? Let's be real, the shills are out there right now fighting the good fight, doing full-on damage control. Oh, you're missing the value. Oh, you're missing the value. That's cool, guys, but we're going to take a look at this actual value. We got these games pulled up, like I said. This is the 2025 Xbox Game Pass Day 1 releases. This is what we're supposed to care about. We're going to go through it together, like I said. And you're going to see what you're really getting for $30 a month or $360 a year if you want to put it into that perspective. And the spoiler here is it's not the value that you want to believe it is. I mean, take a look right off the bat. The first game that we have on the top left, Lonely Mountain Snow Riders. Okay. Then there's Ninja Gaiden Black, which is a classic game, but you could have bought this game cheap years ago. There's Eternal Strands. There's Orcs Must Die. Death Trap. Sniper Elite Resistance. Again, so far, most of these are either cheap or indie games that you could pick up pretty cheap, sometimes $5 or less, elsewhere on other platforms. Let's be honest. Out of this first batch, if you're looking at some of these further games, how many of them are actually worth it? Atomfall is pretty solid. That was a good one. You got Expedition 33, which is a Game of the Year candidate. You have Oblivion Remastered. All right, that's a heavy hitter. But most of these are indie games, niche releases, or remasters of games that you probably already own. Now, again, don't get me wrong. There are some stuff that is pretty decent here, like Ninja Gaiden 4. You got Gears of War Reloaded. You have Tony Hawk. You have Wu Chang. You have Silk Song. You got Call of Duty coming. But everything else, I really don't care about. Rematch, Wheel World, Grounded 2, South of Midnight. I was curious about that one because Sweet Baby Inc. was involved. I checked out Blueprints. The rest, I really don't care to take a look at. I mean, there's Subnautica 2, there's Outer Worlds 2. But is this really like a huge benefit? Oh, you get to play these games day one in 2025. I don't know how I feel about it. Again, meh. It's a lot of stuff that just feels cheap or filler. Where's the real value here? Where's the solid value? And the pattern continues. If you look at these release dates, you get maybe one major release a month. And that's what your value is right here. Everything else, like I said, is filler to justify this $30 monthly fee that they're now charging. Day one Game Pass, really? More like day one disappointment, am I right? Because let's be honest here. Let's look at it and be really subjective. Is there anything here that really pops out at you? Maybe once we start getting heavy hitters like Elder Scrolls 6 and the new Fable game and other games like that, I could be like, all right. But for the most part, these are all indie games. And there's nothing wrong with being an indie game. Trust me on that. There's nothing wrong. But you're increasing Game Pass to $30 a month, guys. these day ones got to be bangers. They got to be something that stands out and stands apart from the rest. If not, this just sucks. It sucks, man. It sucks, right? So just taking a look at the list, I don't know. It's not good enough for me. It's definitely not good enough for me. And it could get better. It should get better. At least have some more variety on the back catalog. But all these studios that Xbox owns, and this is the best they can get with us for day one. Yeah, I don't know about that. You're up in the ante again, like I said, with the price. You need to up the ante with the day one selection. Or you need to make some deals with more developers, more third party studios, more indie developers. Make some deals for some good day ones. Again, Silk Song, that's a good little get. Expedition 33, Outer Worlds 2, the Ninja Gaiden games, Tony Hawk. I mean, there's some stuff here, but overall, look at that variety, and it seems like quantity, not quality. But here's the truth: Xbox isn't selling you access to these games, they're selling you time in their ecosystem. You're paying 30 a month, 360 a year, and if you unsubscribe, you lose access to all these games. Everything. There's nothing permanent. You get no benefits like, oh, you were a former member, so you have this. Kind of like what Xbox Games with Gold had. If you redeemed any games with gold, you kept them. This isn't value. This is literal control. You're renting time stuff. They don't want you to own anything. And that's what's the problem with this. This is going towards their cloud gaming system that they want. That's why they're raising the price, guys. They want to make the most profit available without having to actually give us anything. Think about it. There was like, what, 75 day one releases on there? Realistically, how many of those are you going to actually play? Maybe like one or two a month tops. There's no way I'm going to personally play more than 5, like fully. I don't understand how people could do 10, 15, anything. It's all gathering digital dust, so to speak. While you're paying them $30 a month for just access to it, and then it gets rotated and the games get taken off or on to off and on. Most of the games aren't even worth your time outside of Game Pass. So this ecosystem is starting to become not worth it. For $30 a month, I can't get trapped in this subscription cycle. It's not worth it in my book. Now, okay, of course, like I said, there are some games that broke the mold. You got Oblivion, you got Expedition 33, you got Ninja Gaiden, which are all solid titles that are hits. Let's be honest. Game of the Year candidates with Expedition 33. But even if you still loved some of those titles, you're still overpaying for the rest of the junk pile. You're still paying $30 a month for it. It's like buying a buffet, right? Go to a buffet and there's only one or two things that you actually like on the whole goddamn thing, which is me when I go to a Chinese buffet every single time. The ironic part about this, though, is that GameStop has been completely owning them. And we're going to look at some of their tweets because this is funny. We're in a timeline where GameStop is the hero. GameStop is undercutting Microsoft on their own service, guys. While Xbox is hiking the price to $30 a month, GameStop is selling Ultimate for $19.99. So if you're a pro member, that comes out to what, like 18 something? That's insane. How are they even able to charge less than Xbox at this point? I think Microsoft might do something where they make you pay the difference. I bet you that's coming. That is coming, guys, and it's not going to be a good look. But yeah, I remember people wanted GameStop to die, especially during like the pandemic era. Everyone thought GameStop was pretty much over. It's now basically owning Microsoft on social media PR. It's actually owning them on pricing and giving gamers a deal. And GameStop is winning by not following their corporate playbook at this point. It's hilarious to watch, honestly. So the takeaway here is Game Pass is not evil. All right, by any means, it's not. It's a service that can be fun if you pick and choose what you want to play. But right now, it's not a great value. The idea that it's a must-have for every gamer at this point, no, that's marketing, guys. Most of the games that you actually care about aren't day one exclusives on there at all. The fact that they hype day one exclusive still is a joke. They rotate the games out that most people give a fuck about because they don't want them to stay on there all the time. And most people don't even play what is on that service. Like half of it doesn't even get played. So my advice is if you want Game Pass, cool, all right, but don't fall for the hype. Wait for sales. Hopefully they learn their lesson. They stop going this $30 route and they get like special services and promos going on. Pick the games that you actually want to play on there and don't get trapped into this subscription service because they are controlling your access to content. And remember, sometimes the underdog wins. You might be better off going and buying those $20 gift cards now while supplies last. I might go to GameStop as we speak and buy some $20 gift cards for Game Pass right now. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, guys. I'd love to hear what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you hated it, hit that dislike. Don't forget to subscribe. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. I would like to hit that goal by the end of the year. Would mean a lot if you guys hit that sub button. I'll see you on the next one.